Alright, y'all, we back with another video. So today we are going to be going over the 1.5-year anniversary live stream. I was going to, of course, do the live stream, but then I just didn't feel like waking up, bro. I was kind of busy. I had some things that I had to think about, so we're just going to cover it in the video right now. As you can see, this is going to be the new free memory that we're going to be receiving for the 1.5-year anniversary. It looks pretty nice. Anyways, let's move on to the next stuff. Next up that we're going to have is going to be the 1.5-year anniversary character trailers. I know a lot of people were waiting for this, so let's go right into it and just kind of showcase what they gave us, and we'll get right on with it. So here we go. Oh, before we get into it, let me lower the volume because the volume's always fucking high for no reason. Change the quality? Holy shit, yeah. Apologize for the quality. We have Team Shoko, as you can see right here. Those look like memories. Yeah, they are memories. Okay, we're getting Honored One Gojo. This guy's literally all yellow and shit. Looks like the character art. Yep. That's a special animation that has to be. Okay, so Honored One Gojo, we all knew at some point we were going to be getting him. People were obviously speculating that we were going to get him at 1.5 year, as you know, and it would probably go back to, of course, the in inventory and all that stuff. Which, I mean, we did kind of, essentially, and I kind of figured that they were probably saving like the 2 year for like, maybe another Sukuna and like, Megami Maharaga and shit like that. So yeah, we're going to be getting Honored One Gojo, as we can see. And then, Teen Shoko. So let's actually go over what typing they're going to be and all that good stuff. We do have another, tab that's going to obviously have a little more information. All right, so this is going to be the art for, Honored One Gojo. He is going to be a green type. The information that we have based on what he does is kind of like the little drip of information they always give us when a new character comes on, a sidebar. So, yeah, I mean, basically, fuck Muta. So all those people who kept saying, yeah, the only ones for good value after, like the anniversary characters, for like green and shit, it's obviously going to be Muta because Muta's better than Hollow Purple Gojo and all that shit. Well, yeah, I mean, and those who were saving for Muta probably ain't saving for Muta anymore. They're probably saving for fucking Honored One Gojo because he's a fucking green type. So yeah, fuck Muta. I told y'all. Rip Hollow Purple Gojo because, I mean, it's either you're going to use Hollow Purple Gojo or you're going to use Honored One Gojo. And I have a feeling that he's probably also not going to have a retreat kind of like Teen Gojo. But he might have an effect where he kind of loses HP. I don't know. There has to be some kind of unique mechanic to kind of like limit him, kind of like the other Gojos. There has to be. We'll see. But anyways, he's going to have Core of Cursed Energy times 8, which will give you a 200% Jujutsu buff. So Cursed buff, that's going to be a lot. So we're going to see how much damage he does. There's no way that he doesn't do more damage than Hollow Purple Gojo. And there's no way that he's not going to do more damage than fucking Musa. Like, there's no way. It's Honored One Gojo. Everybody's been waiting for this character. He has to be insanely powerful. Literally has to be. Now let's move on to the next character. All right, next character is going to be Teen Shoko. So, I mean, this should be fairly obvious. Teen Shoko is going to be a buffer and a healer, buffing Taijutsu and Taijutsu by 195% for green allies. So you're definitely going to want to have her if you're going to be going for the Honored One Gojo, because she's probably going to make him a lot more insane than he is now. She's also going to reduce the effectiveness for debuffs, poison, and recovers HP for allies, making her very amazing in terms of utility overall. All the Shoko characters are pretty insane. Like, obviously, even the free-to-play one is insane by having the, healing capabilities and everything. But obviously, the SSR one that we got for Yellow was insane. And just reading based off of what we know for this one, she's also going to be an insane character for green teams. So, you're definitely going to want to have her. I wouldn't even be surprised if your team is going to have, you know, Shoko, what's it called, Team Ghetto, and then obviously Honored One Gojo. Who knows? Now, obviously, there's no way that we don't get a Ghetto character with these two, so I'm pretty sure that he's going to be phase 3, right? So we have phase 1, phase 2. They only showed those two. They're probably going to keep it the same as they did with the half anniversary on JP, where, you know, they only showed Gojo and Ghetto, and then after that they popped up with fucking Toji at the 3rd phase. Probably going to be the same here, just because we did see Team Ghetto in the ending of that story event, right, where he was looking at the fireworks. Well, there's no Team Ghetto showcase or anything like that, and obviously I'm pretty sure the voice actor for him was also there, but yet we still didn't get any like reveals for Team Ghetto, meaning that he's probably going to be the 3rd phase. So keep in mind. Let's move on to the next part, because I mean, there's a lot to go over. Next up, we're going to have this. This is going to be the new memory. This is, oh, one thing I also forgot to mention too is both of the characters that we just passed by, Shoko and Ghetto, the honored one, are both limited characters. So keep in mind, you're only going to be able to get them when their banners come. Now we have the new memory. This is going to be the summer that doesn't want to be ended. It's a very nice memory. It looks really good. Definitely is a memory that I'd probably put in my lobby screen. Next up, we are going to have the banners. So these are going to be the banners for, you know, Team Gojo and, of course, Honor One Gojo and Shoko, Team Shoko. All right, so next up, we have a half-year anniversary rerun, and we are going to be receiving 10 free tickets for that rerun. All right, so here's the next information. This is going to be the new story event. This is going to give you 10 of the Gojo tickets, and then we are going to be having the memory quest, the hidden inventory, and the premature death art, which is going to be able to give you Shoko tickets and, of course, the rerun tickets. So yeah, obviously we're going to get 10 tickets for each banner that is going to be coming, the reruns and the 2 new ones, which is very nice. So just make sure that you're doing your story event and obviously the rerun of the memory quest. They might add another new memory onto the rerun, the memory quest as well, if I had to say. Next up that we have is this. We are going to be receiving 3,000 cubes for free. This is probably going to help you get your Honor One Gojo, or this is probably going to be a fucking dud and you're not going to get jack shit. Who the fuck knows? But hey, it's free cubes. We'll take it. Now, this is going to be important to a lot of people because a lot of people have been asking me this for quite some time. And I've been saying if I had to take a guess, it would probably be at the 1.5 years, just because I feel like they needed more time to add more characters. So we are going to be getting a standard banner update. So we're going to be having Team Gojo, Team Ghetto, and Toji all being added to the standard banner, which is very good because they are really good characters. On top of that, SSR Yaga, which that's going to be pretty good for a lot of people. Gaku Ganji, he's going to be very easy to pick up considering he's an SR character. Going to have SSR Nanami, we don't care about that. SSR Saki, very iffy, only situationally used, very high tower floors. You're not going to really see much play out of her aside from that. Miwa, pretty shit character. And then we have the Green Maki. Green Maki is actually a really good character. But obviously with the new Honored One Gojo, and then obviously the other options, Green Megami, Muta, you know, Hollow Purple Gojo, there's just so many better DPS options that you don't really use her all too often. Memory wise, I mean, the only crazy memory here I'd have to say is probably the Megami one. The other ones are all kind of like iffy. You may or may not use them. I don't really see that much play out of them. But yeah, those are going to be the standard banner update. Very good. Can't wait to get my Team Gojo to max and my Toji to max and my Team Ghetto to max on JP. So we'll see. I have been saving my tickets. Surely I'll get them max. Same with Yaga. Crazy that I didn't have him before, and I did the paid banners that came a while back to get him, and I did get him. And now he's in the standard banner. GG for me, I guess, right? All right, so next up, in terms of information, we are going to be receiving a free multi every day for 10 days. This is going to give you an accumulation of 100 summons. This is very similar to the one that we got back in the anniversary, well, right before the anniversary, where, you know, Yuji was the, of course, prime featured unit that they showcased. I don't think he was rated up, but basically it's just like that event where you would just do, you know, a multi every day for 10 days, and they stack 2 if you don't do them every day, as long as you just log in, right? So just log in 10 days out of the 1.5 year, and of course you'll have 10 multis, which will be 100 summons in total. As you can see, Yaga's in it. I'd probably have to assume maybe Toji, Team Ghetto, and all those are also in it, probably, because you're gonna have the standard banner update, right? So they're probably gonna be in it as well. So just keep that in mind. These 10 multis are probably going to be pretty insane for a lot of people. Next up, we are going to be having the event marathon, so you're going to be able to get an SSR ticket. You know, you're going to be able to get a lot of resources, cubes, all that. Probably like 1,000 cubes in total if I had to stay, and then an SSR ticket, maybe like 2 like chaos crystals, and then just a random assortment of course, you know, the leveling materials, but nothing else crazy like that. We've already done a lot of these event marathons before, so I probably don't have to explain to you what it is. You just do missions, and then, you know, you slowly move up in the marathon, and when you get a certain amount of accumulation of points, then you get the reward at that milestone. Now, another information that I didn't talk about earlier also is that there is going to be no AP consumption for story again, and you're going to have a free AP recharge. I'm assuming it's going to be the same as it was for JP and for global, where you'll have 3 free recharges every day. But yeah, we're going to be seeing that a lot more often every time we get to a major celebration. On top of that, they did increase the player rank, so they increased the player rank from 130 to 150. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what the purpose of. I think even whales who have been like funneling a lot of, you know, cubes into stamina probably barely reached 130, right? So I don't know why this is for like the 2 people in the entire fucking like game. It just doesn't make any sense. If they're gonna do that, just uncap the fucking player rank overall. Like, there's no reason to not uncap it, because there's no like rewards or anything for reaching a certain player rank anyways. So just uncap it, bro. Like, just make it 999. This is just ridiculous that they have to keep updating this. Now we're also going to have the Cursed Corpse Walk level updated, so we're going to be getting more of this. It's probably going to be a little bit better, so we'll see how that goes. Let's move on to the next piece of information. So we are going to be having scene recaps that are going to be able to be added to your lobby screen. There is quite a couple of scene recaps that are very nice, like especially the end of, I believe, chapter 14 or is it 15? Where Yuji does fight the big dude, and, you know, he hits the black flashes and all that. There's a bunch of different scenes that are very nice, so I can't wait to be able to add some of these scenes. There's a couple of funny ones and some wonky ones and some really cool ones that you can add to the lobby screen. So we're definitely going to be able to have those on the scene. On the lobby is going to be fire as hell, because this gives you a little bit more diversity in your lobby. Not that it's a crazy important feature, but it's nice to see different things just happening on your screen, right? Once, at least for a change. So there is going to be a Curse Sweep update for the Cursed Spirits. I mean, they didn't really say too much about it, so we don't know what's going to be happening there. Just stay tuned. I'll probably cover it in the future, so that way you guys know what's going on with it. Next up, we have a paid banner. Now, this one's not going to be a selectable one. This is just going to be the 3,000 cubes, and then you get 1 random character, and obviously a lot of the newer characters are on it. As you can see, Shoko, Kaito, even Maki is on it. You know, what's it called? You do have Muta, Mei, Green Megami. This is just going to have a lot more newer ones. You know, even the other Inumaki that came out not too long ago is going to be a little bit more updated. I'd have to say Mei and behind. Anything from Mei's release and back is probably what's going to be in this banner. Then this is going to be the same for the memories. Memories are just going to have all those memories that just came out as well with those characters. Nothing too much to talk about there. And we'll move on to the next one. The next one is going to be a Zone Yuji rerun. So if you don't have Zone Yuji and you would like to have an amazing green yellow DPS, he is going to be returning. So you definitely are going to have the option to pick him up again, which is very nice for a lot of players. But just keep in mind, I'd probably wait a little bit. Team Ghetto on, because he's probably going to be phase 3. So I'd wait a little bit and see what kind of typing he is, because there is a possibility that we might get him as a yellow character, just because we already have a green and a blue version of him. So the only ones that are left is literally a red or a yellow version. So there's still a 50-50 chance that he might be yellow. And we don't know if he's going to be a main carry DPS or if he's going to be utility, depending on how it functions. I do hope that he is a DPS kind, because all the other Getos seem to be more so focused on utility. And I feel like it'd be nice to have him as a DPS main carry for a change. But yeah, don't Yuji rerun. Keep that in mind. If you're going to summon for him, just wait until Team Ghetto comes out so we can see what his typing is going to be. We are going to be able to get Zone Yuji's skin again, except this time this is going to be a paid pack. So unfortunately, you will have to spend money to get it. So if you missed out on it on the anniversary, unfortunately, you're going to have to be able to buy it this time. So yeah, I mean, that sucks. But since obviously the event is not getting reran, they're just going to make it a pack. I don't think they were going to make it into a mission or anything like that. They could have, but they decided not to. So yeah, unfortunate. This does make it a little bit more limited for a lot of players. Obviously, the whales are not complaining, or the people who have been playing since then are not complaining. The only ones who are going to be complaining are the newer players, unfortunately. All right, so next up, we are going to be having more pay-to-win free features. So yeah, I know this is not going to be for like the free-to-play players. This is going to be more so for the spenders of the game. So it's going to be 610 yen, which is going to be roughly about like $4.20 or something in USD. Yeah, so what this gives you is it's going to give you 1 free gacha chance per day. So just like 1 free single, whatever, well, who cares? You're going to be able to get two times every day, free AP recovery. So I'm definitely buying this pack. I'm going to tell you that straight up. That's a lot. That's a lot of value. That's a lot of resources that you'll be able to get with that extra 200 AP. On top of that, you are going to have a curse sweep reward time increase. So that's going to be meaning more rewards. And on top of that, you are going to be able to drop more JP and the level materials. So yeah, definitely already a good pack just with the AP alone. Everything else is kind of like additives, which I don't mind. You also get 550 cubes too when you buy it. So nothing really wrong with this here. I'd say it's overall good value for just $4. If you are a kind of light spender, I'd probably be buying this alongside the other, passes. All right, so here we get into the spicy stuff. So this is going to be looking a lot better than how Global's version is looking when it comes to, of course, the scoring or the events overall. It looks really nice. These like the leaderboards and everything for score boss, etc. It's pyramid style. It shows you like your main characters and it shows you your subs and all that good stuff. It looks a lot cleaner than the global version. I'm sure the global version is probably going to update it to this eventually anyways. And then here's the second part. So you're going to be able to switch between the two, and then you can obviously see your rank, other people's rank, all that good stuff. Not bad. You can just check everything out, my rank and 300 people, all that stuff. And here's the icons. You have like the little borders and everything. We're gonna be able to get the borders as well, which means there's probably gonna be a little bit more of a competitive aspect to probably obtain like specific borders or something like that, which gives people a sense of accomplishment, I guess you could say, in a game like this. So that's not bad. I don't mind it. It's not like it's gonna make you any stronger than somebody else, but a lot of people like to have that aspect in the game where, there's something of value to get for trying really hard and stuff like that, just to flex on other people. So yeah, we'll stay tuned for that, obviously. Now let's keep moving. All right, so this is going to be very important for a lot of players. Now, this is going to be the roadmap. So as you can see in May on the 21st, which is a few days from now, we're going to be getting Gojo, the honored one. A week and some days from then, we are going to be getting, of course, the Teen Shoko, which isn't that bad. We're going to have the story event, and we are also going to have the memory quest rerun with Teen Shoko. We're going to be able to get the 100, free gachas every day, the free 3,000 cubes. We're going to have the serial code to get an SSR guaranteed ticket, as well as the one that we're going to be able to get from the marathon and all that good stuff. So we're definitely going to get a couple things. Hopefully the SSR tickets are also going to have, Team Gojo, Team Geto, and Toji, and SSR Yaga already implemented into it, because then that's going to give it a lot more value. In June, we're going to be having the Phantom Realm versus Toji event, right? So this is, I believe he is the first versus that isn't a cursed spirit, I believe, right? So this does kind of open up a little bit of new paths in terms of verses. I definitely do think we need a lot more variety when it comes to verses, because we kind of just redo the same shit over and over and over. The only thing that they change is a little bit of their gimmicks. So give us a little bit more variety. So I'm glad that they're going to be adding, Toji as one of the versus enemies. Now we're also going to have a new feature, which is going to be Reminiscence Story. Will be added. It's going to say there's going to be a bunch of different story events, right? And then we're obviously going to have the score distribution math event. We're going to have, the ability to check battle statistics. We're going to have all that, leaderboards, all that's going to be all updated. Everything's going to be very nice. Now in July, we're going to be having a new story chapter release. On top of that, we are going to be having a new Phantom Metal Exchange character, which I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this, because we haven't had one since they added Mahito, and that was like a year ago, basically. That was a fucking long time ago, so just keep that in mind. Now, I am going to quote one thing that they did mention about it. So this is by Omori. Omori did say that everyone is waiting for that man in the Phantom Metal store. Now, what this could mean, I have no clue. Obviously, people were speculating, like, yeah, I mean, even though it's not a hype person, everybody was kind of expecting for Dogon. You know, obviously, we do have characters like Choso too, who can also be added into it. I don't really know who that man could possibly be. Maybe it could even be Kenchaku. I don't know. There's a bunch of different things, even though Kenjaku's a weird case and not really kind of like what you would expect into the Phantom Metals. There's just a bunch of different options. Maybe it could be reincarnated Toji. I highly doubt it though, because I'm pretty sure they want to make him into a character. There's just so many things that it could be. Maybe they might go off road and just start implementing anybody into it, or they're just going to keep it strictly the cursed spirits. I don't know. If they keep it strictly the cursed spirits, that kind of, you know, lowers the amount of potential options that it could be. I'm still going for Dagon or Choso. Those are probably going to be my bets on who it's going to be for the Phantom Metal. So yeah, Standard Bearer is going to be updated on the 21st alongside when Gojo drops. So we're definitely going to be cooking and getting some crazy shit out of these summons. Can't wait. That was a lot of information to talk about. This 1.5 year anniversary is cooking with the amount of changes and information and everything that we're getting. Things are about to change. The dynamics are about to feel a little bit different. Nothing too crazy. You're still going to be doing the same shit in the game, but there's going to be a lot more things to do or talk about, and hopefully they work a little bit more on the social aspect of the game. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.